As the Brits often say, good morning. Today I'm doing a video all about British food and we are going to start right now. I'm taking you into the kitchen. The first thing I'm having is a builder's tea, a strong, sweet black tea with milk and often lots of sugar. The concept came to prominence in the 1970s at a time when the UK had a thriving manufacturing industry. Tea was still the most popular beverage in Britain and workers would often have a brew after a long heavy work shift or during breaks to keep them going. And thus the phrase builder's tea was born. Alright, I think I'm going to finish my tea in here and get ready at the same time, multitasking, because our next stop is a pretty classy establishment by the name of Spoons. That was sarcasm, by the way. Spoons isn't very classy. I'm just trying to make this video as British as possible for all of you. Not that a British person would ever explain that they were being sarcastic, but alas. Spoons is very quintessentially British. It's, like I said, not very classy. It's a chain of pubs that are all across the UK and Ireland, and I really like it. It's very affordable. They are ubiquitous, that's a fun word. They have all the British classics. My go-to is the full English breakfast, also known as a full English or a fry-up. It typically includes bacon, fried, poached or scrambled eggs, baked beans, grilled tomatoes, fried mushrooms, buttered toast, and sausages. At Wetherspoons you can get a full English for just £3.59, and that of course includes their condiment bars stocked with millions of mayo, brown sauce, ketchup and vinegar sachets. Okay, so this is Wetherspoons and I am recording this after having breakfast because it was quiet and I felt incredibly awkward. There were people sat at the table right behind me and the last thing I wanted to do was sit there by myself and film myself munching on sausages. Now as for lunch, we're gonna grab it while we're here in town and we're gonna head to the one and only Greggs. Greggs is a bit of a British institution. It was founded by John Gregg in 1939 as a bakery and opened its first shop in Newcastle in 1951. Traditional as Greggs may be, they've kept up with the times with vegan sausage rolls and steak bakes. Hello, it's lunch/science experiment time. Here on the left, we have our vegan sausage roll. These have become really popular in recent years and seem to be selling so well that Greggs is introducing a whole new vegan range, which is really exciting, whether you're vegan or not, because I hear they're pretty good. And on the right here, we have the regular sausage roll, tested by the powers of time. This one on the left here, you'll notice, is a little paler because it doesn't have egg wash on top of it. That's pretty damn nice. It's very herby, like the sausage has a very distinctive taste. Now let's compare. Okay, I'm just gonna try and swallow this and then give you my thoughts. Okay, I've reached a verdict. My verdict is that these two sausage rolls are both very nice. They're both delicious, and the difference might not be what you'd expect. I would say the vegan one is almost more flavorful. It's definitely got like a herbier taste, more spices perhaps, and this one on the right has better crunch. Definitely has better crunch and tastes more buttery. That is the end of my career as a food critic. I don't think I'm very good at it, but overall I would say just go to Greggs. They're £1. Why would you not try this when you're in the UK? No reason. Work is really stressful today, so I'm gonna treat myself to a snack. Let's go. Okay, so obviously I'm trying to keep things British today as per the title of the video, but in this globalized world, guys, sometimes snacks from other countries become incredibly popular in others, and this is one example. Muller is a German brand, but it is one of the top dairy product companies, importers in the UK. I'm confident in this choice being on theme, being on brand for this British food video. So this corner is filled with like a fruit mixture or jam. They've got all, and I spilled it, they've got all sorts, and then you mix it through with the yogurt in the corner. I don't think this is how you're supposed to eat it. I'm gonna use a spoon like a normal human being. I'm gonna eat this, try and finish up some more work, and then I need to get ready super quick because I have some really exciting evening plans, but I want to be slightly better dressed. And hopefully it looks like the weather's gonna clear up, so fingers crossed. This is really good. Hi, so discerning viewers will notice that this is my second outfit change of the day, but there is a good reason for it. I am spending tonight at a really lovely hotel in Teddington, which is next to Richmond Park, which you may recognize from one of my older videos. But the reason I'm going there tonight is that I am staying at a really nice local hotel called The Park, and I figured I'd make myself look nice. That is it. So that is where we're gonna be having our British dinner. I'm not gonna tell you what it will be just yet, primarily because I don't know the answer myself. Hello, we are in Teddington and I am about to go check in. I can actually see the hotel from here and it looks beautiful. I looked it up online and it's in a grade 2 listed building, so super historic premises, and the rooms look really nice. So let's go check in, check out the room, then head outside for a little bit, see what Teddington's all about, and then go to dinner. Ooh. Oh, this is really nice. Actually, I'm really excited to be here. One of the best things about Bushey Park, hands down, are the free roaming deer, and I just spotted a herd over there, like a really big herd. I'm gonna flip this, try not to scare them, and show you. Look at little Bambi over there. Figured a little stroll through nature would do wonders for my appetite, and turns out I didn't really need it because my stomach's already rumbling. So I'm gonna just try and wrap this up and head to the restaurant. Hello. Oh, do you want to go for a walk? Is that what it is? I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is that I didn't manage to record at the restaurant. The good news is that I am recording this retrospectively, meaning that you get to meet this young lady. Her name's Ursi, and she is the dog that I grew up with. She's about to turn 16, if you can believe it. And she's off. I'm recording this in Prague at my parents' place, and I'm going to talk you through this entire dinner. Now, I am expecting a tiny bit of controversy because some of the dishes that I chose weren't that British. And let's get started with the starter, which was that one was really British, and then it kind of went downhill for a little bit, and then around dessert time, I think I pulled it out the bag again. So here we go. For starters, we've got the humble Scotch egg. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, Scotch eggs were first mentioned in 1809 in a book called Maria Rundell's A New System of Domestic Cookery. But as is often the case with all things nice and historic, somebody else is trying to lay claim to this invention, and that somebody is Fortnum and Mason, the big department store. Now, I don't know who is telling the truth or where the Scotch egg originated, but according to Fortnum and Mason, they invented it back in 1738, but the archival materials that would prove this invention have since been lost. So, am I a little suspicious? Maybe. In my admittedly meaningless opinion, this dish might be based on something far more historic, something called Narcissus meatballs, which originated in present-day India. And look, white people, I feel like we steal a lot of stuff, especially the Brits. The other starter I had was fish cakes, and I'm not even gonna try and build a case here. They are very, very popular in Britain, but obviously not really where they originated from, and the same could probably be said of steak and fries, and also the mussels, which I ordered. I thought mistakenly that Orchard Thief cider, which was in the cream sauce, might come from Britain. It doesn't, it's Irish, so yeah, a completely lost cause. But I think I might have a little more luck making a case for the desserts. Now, pavlova obviously and contentiously originated in Australia and New Zealand, or New Zealand, I don't know. But having said that, pavlova as a dessert is so incredibly popular here in the UK that I think maybe I might be able to get away with it. And then there's the wild berries and gin. You probably think of gin as something that is quintessentially British, but that isn't necessarily the case. In fact, gin was invented by monks and alchemists back in medieval Europe, and this was primarily done in France, the Netherlands, and Belgium. So again, Britain doesn't even figure. But because of its huge popularity in the country, I think by now I might be able to get away with it. In fact, it got so popular in Britain that in the 18th century, especially in London, there was something called the gin craze, where people literally went absolutely nuts for the stuff, and it caused a lot of social issues. There is a really famous painting called Gin Lane and Beer Street, and it shows the contrast between gin drinkers who are depicted as just absolutely insane, and then there's beer drinkers who are depicted as very prosperous and just generally doing really well in life. It is worth noting that the gin that they were drinking at the time wasn't too similar to what we have in the shops now. It was produced without any sort of oversight and quite often led to blindness and death by the people who consumed it. The next morning, I felt guilty about ordering insufficiently British dishes for dinner, and so I got another full English to show my dedication. And you know what? Good choice. Well, that was me eating British and admittedly some Belgian food for 24 hours. I would love to hear what your favorite dishes are, and should I do a take 2 of this where I try some of those? Let me know, and otherwise, see you next Friday when I put out new videos. Goodbye.